Hey there, and welcome. If you're an entrepreneur with a world-changing idea, think of this as your practical toolkit. We're going to break down the basics of marketing to help you go from that aha moment to finding your very first paying customer. All right, let's dive in and figure out how to find that all-important first customer.
So this is the big question, isn't it? I mean, you've poured your heart and soul into creating something amazing, something you know people need. But how do you bridge that gap? How in the world do you actually connect your awesome creation with the people who are just waiting for it?
Well, the answer, my friend, is marketing. And no, we're not just talking about flashy ads and catchy slogans. As this classic definition shows, it's both a science and an art. The real secret sauce here, the big takeaway, is that great marketing starts by finding a problem, an unfulfilled need. It's all about solving problems for people.
And that, right there, leads us to the single most important step: knowing your customer. You can't solve a problem if you don't understand the person who has it. Seriously, everything else we're going to talk about, it's all built on this one simple idea: understanding people.
Okay, so it all kicks off with a need. This is that super basic gut feeling that something's missing. It's that gap between where you are and where you want to be. You know, I'm hungry, I'm cold, I'm bored, that's it. That's the core problem you're here to solve.
Okay, so from that need, we get a want. This is where things get personal. It's where your culture, your personality, all your quirks come into play. The need is hunger, sure, but the want is for a pizza specifically. Not a salad, not a taco. This is where your unique product starts to shine.
And then we get to demand. Now this is the magic moment. This is where the rubber meets the road for you as an entrepreneur. It's when someone's want turns into an actual purchase because they can afford it and they are ready to pay. They're not just dreaming about pizza, they're pulling out their wallet and ordering it.
So take a look at this. It really paints a picture of the challenge, right? Your potential customers are everywhere, but they are not one big identical group. They're all different. Your mission is not to sell to everybody. It's to find your people, your tribe. So how do you actually do that? How do you find your people? The tool for that is called market segmentation. Just think of these three things as different lenses you can look through to get your customer into focus. You can look at where they live, who they are, based on stats like age and income, and maybe most important, how they think. What do they care about?
All right, so you know who your customer is. Now what? How do you actually create an offer that speaks directly to them? Well, that brings us to our next big step, the 4P Toolkit. These are the absolute essential ingredients for your marketing strategy. And here they are, the famous 4Ps of the marketing mix: product, price, place, and promotion. Think of it this way: what you sell, how much it costs, where people can get it, and how you tell them about it. All of these pieces have to click together perfectly to create an offer they just can't refuse.
Okay, theory is great, but how do we actually put this stuff into practice? That's what step 3 is all about. We're going to break down each of the 4 Ps so you can start building your strategy today.
First up, product. And this is so important. Your product is not just the thing itself. It's the entire experience. It's the cool packaging, the branding, the quality, the design, even the customer service. And listen, for a startup, this is a huge opportunity. A killer unboxing experience, for example, can make your small brand feel just as special as a huge one.
All right, next, price. How much should you charge? Let's look at 3 basic ways to think about this. You can start with your costs and just add a profit margin. You could price based on the incredible value your customer thinks they're getting, or you can just look at what your competitors are doing. The real sweet spot? It's usually a clever mix of all 3.
Our third P is place. This is really just a simple question. How are you going to get your product to your customers? Is it on a shelf in a store? Do you deliver it to their door? The easier you make it for them to buy, the more likely they are to actually do it. Simple as that.
And for anyone starting a business today, let's be real, the most powerful place is usually the internet. Being able to sell directly to your customers online, it's an absolute game changer. It cuts out the middleman and lets you build a real, direct connection with them.
And last but definitely not least, we have promotion. Look, you can have the best product in the world, at the perfect price, ready to ship, but if nobody knows about it, it doesn't matter. This is where you tell your story through things like social media and advertising to make sure the right people hear you loud and clear.
Okay, so that 4P framework, it's been around forever because it works. But let's talk about what marketing really looks like today, because things have definitely changed. It's about building something that lasts way beyond that first purchase.
And here is a statistic you absolutely have to remember. It is so much cheaper, we're talking up to 5 times cheaper, to keep a customer you already have than it is to go out and find a new one. Your most valuable asset isn't your next sale, it's the person you just sold to.
And that's really the whole idea behind what we call CRM, or Customer Relationship Management. The goal isn't just to make one sale, it's to build a real relationship. You want to turn those first-time customers into loyal fans who not only come back for more, but tell their friends about you too. This image right here, it really sums up the modern playground for entrepreneurs. The basic rules of the game are the same, but the tools are always changing. To succeed today, you've got to be creative, you've got to be quick on your feet, and you have to be willing to try new things with online tools, services, and mobile apps.
So there you have it. We've gone from a basic human need all the way to a modern marketing strategy. You literally have the map right here. The only question left is, what problem, what unfulfilled need out there in the world are you going to be the one to solve?
So go on, use this toolkit. It's the bridge that will take your amazing vision and turn it into real value for the people who are out there waiting for it.